Good morning, pregame crew. Let's try this again. I didn't have my mic on. Hopefully it's working now. It's Friday, June 9th, 2023, 6:21 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:21 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is a show where I go over indices, commodities, crypto movers and shakers of the day, and I'll officially get started in 9 minutes. Between now and then, I basically warm up. I say hi to my friends, and I take a few chart requests and just kind of get the brain and mouth synced together on this Friday morning. Thank you, Bob and Wave. I appreciate it. Good morning, Anu. Good morning and love to Whitney. Hi, Shake and Bake, Ed, Renaissance Man, Greg, Train Man Dayton, and Topher. Hey, RJ. Hey, Night Truck, Sir Fernando, Tess, Mary, Coda, Sam, Basque, B-Hawk, Marvin, Dutton. Every time I see Dutton, I think of Yellowstone. E-Cubed, I hope you are well. Homebody and Casey, Mal, Kat, Nick, Devin. You know, let's do something a little different. I want to know how many of you in the current live chat on YouTube are TCG members. If you're a TCG member, can you put a number 1 in chat? And then I just want to know how many of you are members. Put a 1 in chat if you are a TCG family member. Good morning, Green Money. Yep, it is coming into resistance. We don't have a lot of data today. It's pretty boring. Lots of commodities data. CFTC, corn speculative net positions, wheat positions, yada, yada, yada. We don't have a lot of data at all. So let's go back up to the top. Yeah, I knew there was a lot of TCG members here. This has been free for over 2 years, the pregame show, when I started it 2 years ago, 2 years and 2 months ago. And there has been talk about possibly making it for TCG members only. So this is a great marketing outreach for us. Obviously, that's why we do it for free. This is about 3.5 hours of my time every morning preparing for this show. So we'll see what the future holds. Okay, now I'm looking for tickers. Good morning, XLP, sure. 2 if you plan to be. I like that one. You almost got scammed. Okay, our website is chartguys.com. Chartguys.com. That is our official website. If it's misspelled at all, it's wrong. Chartguys.com. This is who we are. And if you have any questions, you can email us or you can call us at 1-877-886-6692. Okay, XLP. There's my notes. I normally save for TCG members. This morning I didn't move it off. What are Staples up to? Sitting on the weekly 50 MA. Odds favor a weekly high or low. Daily, bulls have put in a daily high or low. It looks constructive. I'm a bear at 74.03 and I'm a bull down here at this new daily high or low of 72.28 at this double bottom 72.24, 72.28. I like it long, looking for that weekly high or low and that daily high or low. So maybe one more pullback closer to 72.64 or 72.79 for a potential long. Hello, hello. Look at all those ones. I love you all. You just joined yesterday, Marvin Dutton. I'm so glad to have a member of the Dutton family as part of TCG. F. Ford has been going nuts. Yep, that's definitely not us. We don't have any auto trades as part of TCG, so I'm glad that you knew that was false. Ford looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We're getting over resistance. We got over resistance yesterday. We're at yesterday's high. It's a beautiful chart. I don't know that I'd enter long up here, but you could wait for 5-minute oversold or 15-minute oversold, if you can get it during regular trading hours, that could be a good long. This is a bullish chart. We trade bullish charts bullishly. When a chart shows you who they are, believe them. SMCI, it stopped at that 261 level yesterday. It had a daily inside bar. It fell short of 261.65. I know these numbers because I follow this chart pretty closely. Potential hourly bull flag. It's at a 52-week. Is this an all-time high? Yep, it's at an all-time high. AI related. This thing is beautiful. There will be consolidation at some point, I'm sure, but there is no reason to front run said consolidation. As long as the bulls are showing you they're in control, believe them. So the best bet here would be a gap fill for a long. How it behaves on gap fill. So let's see. Yesterday's high was 259.69. So this is how you trade it. If it comes back, fills that gap just barely, and then reverses, when it reverses back over 259.69, that is a long signal. You put your stop below low of day. Well, that's cool, Ed. KSCP. We'll get started in 3 minutes. Well, that is super cool, Marvin. Super, super cool. My great-great-grandmother, great-great-great-grandmother, so times 3, her name was Pocahontas. So I definitely have some Indian heritage. Okay, KSCP. Am I spelling that right? This says terrible liquidity. So 800,000 shares. So basically $400,000 traded yesterday. This can be easily manipulated. Please be careful. We have a lot of TCG members that can move this name around if they wanted to with their size accounts. Not that anybody would do that in our chat room, but it can be done with other people. So just be careful and don't get manipulated. Double daily inside bar. Broke bull, no real follow through. Resistance 4850. Support the low of yesterday, 43 cents and 4250. When you see a ski slope on a name, that usually it's a sign of dilution, poor financials, offerings, split. So please be careful with this name. Lots of bag holders. Remember, every time this, if it were to move up, you've got a bag holder just constantly releasing bags. You've got someone that bought this top over here at $27.50. Can you imagine holding this from $27.50? And there's someone out there, I'm sure, that's still bag holding it. UVIX is the levered ETF for VIX. UVIX is VIX short. And I haven't looked. UVIX is VIX short-term futures. It is long. UVIX is long. And this is short, the VIX. It's been going crazy. Yeah, this has good volume. So this is one-time short VIX futures, and this is long. And I don't know if UVIX is 2 times or 1 time long VIX. You're welcome, Hugo. Okay, I see some more names. I have to get started with the show, so hopefully I can circle back and cover the name request. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. And I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter, that'd be lovely, at Chart Gal Lori. And if you want to hit that like button for this video, if you get any value out of it, even if you learn what not to do. I'm kidding. Hopefully I'm not teaching that. So let's get started with the indices. ES. So we have contango. So we had a contract rollover overnight. So the continuous contract looks different. If we go look up ES, this exclamation point is the continuous. The 2 is the one, the front month. And then we have the current one that's expiring June. So this was the numbers we were looking at yesterday, ESM. So I've adjusted my 8 EMA and my fib retracements for ES continuous contract because we have moved up a month. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you don't have to know what I'm talking about. You can look at SPY ETF and everything kind of stays flat and doesn't get involved as much. So we have a potential 2-day bull flag. There ain't nothing wrong with this chart. How many times have y'all heard me say that in the past few months? Individual sectors and individual names have greatly diverged from the major indices. And you know what? I'm going to show, since I accidentally showed my notes already, I'm going to show you my notes. So Hang Seng was up 4.47 overnight. DAX is pretty flat. Market internals have been very, very, very difficult to read with sector divergence. I'm putting less weight on market internals. Now, I did a video and I told y'all for 2022, market internals changed my trading. It absolutely changed my trading. Helped me identify trend days early. It told me when to stay clear of shorts, but they are noisy right now. What do I mean by noisy? I want you to look here. SPY has 500 holdings. Dow has 30 holdings. NASDAQ 100. Russell 2,000. So on a day where RTY is screaming, like here. Okay, what day? What was this? This was Tuesday. IWM is screaming. Now let's go look at NASDAQ. This was NASDAQ. So do y'all see the difference? Let me put it side by side. Sorry, I don't want to belabor it, but I think it's important enough that we look at this. On the hourly. Tuesday, here. It changed my format, but here. Okay. Nope, that's wrong. 1 second. Promise it'll be worth it. All right. So these are the same time periods. Do y'all see the difference? Look at NASDAQ going sideways and IWM is screaming. The market was not going anywhere, but the internals looked wonderful. They looked great. And you're like, wait, market internals are pretty strong. Why are we going sideways? It's because the Russell has 2,000 holdings. It was making the internals very noisy. Our advancers to decliners was pretty advanced, pretty high. We had tick cumulative going nuts. But where was the movement in the underlying and ES itself? When these two are diverging like this, it's going to make it market internals less helpful. So I hope that you have discovered this on your own and you have been putting this to work already, because it has been, if you use your normal tactics for judging market strength with market internals, it hasn't worked. It has not worked well. In a few weeks with this sector divergence, huge sector divergence. And what we wait on for your big home runs is you want all sectors going up or all sectors at the low of the day for those trend days. Trend days are our very, very, very best friend in trading. And we've had some bull trend days, but they have not been back to back. We haven't had a bunch of wonderful bull trend days or bear trend days for that matter. So we're waiting for all sectors, low of day or high of day, to get those trend days. That's what we're constantly looking for. So NASDAQ broke over the high of yesterday. ES has not broken over the high of yesterday. RTY is an inside bar. And it's under the hourly EMAs. RTY could stay inside all day today. And Dow is inside. VIX is getting a little green. Oh, my oil trade is working in gold. So I'm going to go over this right now. I'm going to skip these indices real quick. I took gold long. So this is in mountain time. 39 minutes ago, I took gold long and I put in my logic, and I crack myself up sometimes. If you can't laugh at yourself, then what are you doing? So I was too embarrassed to write this in our main commodities thread. I obviously post this for the public to see, but I don't normally use trend lines. I don't rely on them heavily, or RSI patterns. And I was watching silver is breaking bull and gold wasn't. and it's been holding 50 RSI. We have potential 6-hour, 8-hour bull flag. And so I went long 2 contracts at 1977.90, stop below 1975. And I like that the dollar was weak. I also took oil short again. If you took the oil short yesterday and it was a banger, if you took it from the pregame show setup and entry, put a number 2 in chat. I do put a weight on squeezes, green eggs, and Cam. I do. Vixie is 1.5. Thanks for that, Casey. I forget. It used to be 3 times, then it's 2 times, and it's changed. All right. So oil, I am short. And it's the same thesis I came up with Monday morning when I came in here and I said, I'm short. $75. I was short in that area from oil with this daily megaphone here and the daily 50 MA overhead. And I took it short again at $73 yesterday, and I told y'all why, and it hit $69. So I'm short at 71.62, 5 contracts on oil. So I'm just getting that out the way. TCGers, you should have been able to see those entries a lot earlier when I posted them. Okay, I have an updated trading view chat. Yeah, Fred, I'll go over palladium. Just because you asked so nicely. All right. You took oil, unprofitable trader. Hopefully you were profitable then. All right, so we went over the 4 indices. Overall, I'm leaning bullish. So I use this table as a way to communicate to you objectively what my thesis is. XLE, I like for a bear trade. Obviously, if I'm short oil, I'm looking bearish XLE, but XLE is still holding those hourly EMAs, so I have to be careful with that thesis and not force it, but I'll go over why I'm bearish XLE. XLF, it's holding the EMAs, kind of going sideways. I can't get a good read on it, but overall, I'm leaning bullish, y'all. I told you we don't have a lot of economic events. I'm going to move my notes out the way. All right, let's go back here. VIX is flat. VIX has just been melting, and VIX has been hard. With VIX so low, it's hard to sell premium. If you're an options premium seller, it has not been fun because it's hard to sell premium with VIX so low. All right, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is bullish. I was watching Dan's video last night, and he was looking at a potential daily falling wedge on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is getting these, let me just kind of draw it with following the path here. Lower low, not a lot of follow through. Lower low, not a lot of follow through. So we've been getting lower lows. They're not getting a ton of follow through. So I think that's why Dan is looking for this daily potential falling wedge. There is a little inverse head and shoulders here in the daily chart as well. We're having our second daily inside bar, 4-hour potential. Typically you see this at the very bottom of a pattern, but if I just look at the psychology, this could be an Adam and Eve reversal pattern. 26820 is your resistance and your support is 26283. Ethereum, same thing. We broke this daily bar by $2. I'm counting today though as a third daily inside bar. Ethereum is getting tight. It's positioned very well for a long. If you took the Bitcoin 15-minute overbought idea yesterday, this was a Queen of the Mountain trade right here. It happened at 9 a.m. Mountain Time in this area. If you took that short, you profited for about $400. That was my reverse back burner idea yesterday. Well, I'm coming off of that idea now with patterns shaping up a little more bullishly. Gold, I am long gold. Oh shoot, I missed that spike to sell into. That would have been fun. Let me see, did I have sell orders out? No, darn it. Gosh darn it. Okay. So gold spiked, not getting a lot of follow through. I'm just going to stay with this trade. My goal is to stay with this trade a little bit longer than usual. I will be packing today. We're heading up to the mountains for a weekend getaway, and I'm so excited. So I will not be glued to the screen all day like I normally am. Last half of the day, I will be a little busy. Hopefully, I will just let this, not hopefully, I will. Hope is not a strategy. My sister and I are having this competition with our Apple Watch with exercise, and she had a great workout yesterday, and I told her, thumbs up, you're doing so great. She said, I'm trying. No, she's doing. I don't understand. I tell my kids, they're growing up, I don't understand the words try or hope. I don't even try to spell them. Try and hope. Those are not strategies in life or in trading. You either do or you don't. So I'm going to let my one cancels the other orders ride. I have a stop loss and a target on oil. And gold, I need to go set my targets because I just missed that big old pop. But we just do. We don't hope. So gold, I like long. I'm looking at this pattern here. On the 4 hour, we had an inverse head and shoulders in RSI. We did not get follow through out of this pattern though. Silver did get follow through of this daily inverse head and shoulders pattern. And I'm looking for gold to do the same as far as getting that bull break. We'll let this play out and see. You got the oil short too, TM? Good. All right, so gold, I told you why I'm bullish. Oil, I'm bearish. We have a quintuple top in the 7160s area. I've taken profit on one contract already. NG, not going over it. Don't have a trade idea there. Apple, let me go back to my notes. Apple daily inside bar yesterday. 4 hour higher low, the more likely scenario. An hourly chart is holding EMAs. So what bulls are looking for is that 4 hour higher low. And I don't know what you do bearish on this. I can't be bearish on this, so I can't give you a bear trade. Conservative bulls are waiting for a pullback buy. You could possibly use 179.01 as an intraday support for a potential long. Amazon daily inside bar yesterday, same thing as Apple daily inside bar. We're looking for the 4 hour higher low. Okay, it's trapped below the hourly 50 MA and Apple is not. So Amazon is positioned a little bit weaker. It is weaker than Apple. It is inside yesterday's range. I gotta delete some of my comments and my notes from 2 hours ago because this has changed. Amazon, I look for a possible top fish against 12563 if the market is weak. But right now I'm going into the day thinking longs. Ain't it though, success? Nvidia is gapping up above yesterday's high. Potential weekly bull flag. There's nothing wrong with this chart. I told y'all that yesterday. If we go with the same concept that Dan went over with Bitcoin with these lower lows without follow through, this could be a falling wedge. And a falling wedge can sometimes be a bull flag on a higher time frame. And I told y'all yesterday, it's hard to be bearish on Nvidia when it's consolidating essentially sideways, for consolidating in time versus price. Tesla, what you gonna do with all those bulls? All those bulls. Get you drunk. 262.47 is the gap fill area. I cannot, with good conscience, tell anyone to go long up here. You can wait for 5-minute oversold during regular trading hours for a back burner. But if you are already long, just keep moving your stops up. You're doing great. I'm setting my alerts. RSI slightly bearish divergence, and I'm using this after hours level because of the volume. Let me tell y'all how much Tesla has traded so far this morning. 7.4 million shares. 7.4 million. Does anybody want to do that math real quick? 7404.123 times 250. 1.8 billion? Yeah, $1.8 billion worth That can't be right. Whatever it is, whoever wants to do that math, I think it's 1.8 billion. I cannot be trusted with math this time of the morning. Hey, Duke. We're gapping way up above yesterday's high. Inability to fill the gap early on in the morning just shows the overall strength of these bulls. So your gap is at 235.23. Y'all see how far that gap is? If we come down and we're unable to fill that gap and then we go, that's a gap and go. If we come down and fill this gap and merge into yesterday's territory, that is super bearish. So we want to see bulls hold that line and not allow bears to fill the gap from yesterday's high and then zoom higher. All right. Coin, I like short, potential short, bad news, pre-market. Dang it, this thing's already bouncing. This thing, ugh. I've told y'all before in confessional that I have a bear bias coin. I need to just forget that this name exists. I'm looking for the daily low or high. I have a technical reason to be looking short at coin, but these dips just keep getting bought. I guess with Bitcoin strength, this is what's counteracting this bad news. So careful with this idea. Maybe move away from it. CVNA with a short squeeze yesterday. They raised their guidance unexpectedly yesterday morning, and man, they trapped a lot of bears. I heard that more than 50% of this float is short. If that is true, it is, y'all. On FinViz, you can look up names and it will tell you the short float, 50.4%. These are the type names that can really put a hurting on bears. When you have unexpected good news with huge short float, it's just a great recipe for a long. So today I'd be looking for a back burner on that one. XLE, I like short, and that's sticking with that same oil narrative. We are rejecting up here at the daily 50 EMA. We are green right now. We're holding these EMAs. So I like a short against yesterday's high. If we're through yesterday's high, then it's all bets are off and I evacuate. So I like and if you ever wonder, really, what is Lori going to trade today? 9 times out of 10, I have already set up my names for the day. Oh, I didn't go over Netflix. I like coin for a potential short, looking for a daily low or high. With Bitcoin strength, I may have to abandon that idea. CVNA back burner, XLE potential short. I like oil short and gold long, and I went over those reasons. Netflix had good news in pre-market. They are seeing an uptick in subscriptions with cracking down on passwords, and they got a spike on that. I like a pullback buy on Netflix. Where's your gap? Mind the gap, 409.54. If bears are unable to fill that gap early on, then that's a pullback buy if it were to pull back. Good morning. Trillion. Okay, thank you, Wave. I knew you'd do it. You can follow me in TradingView if you'd like. My name is... what is my name? My name is Stock Mama. Stock Mama. So... oh, I said I'd do Palladium. So there I am, Stock Mama. Okay, PLTR and Palladium. I don't always show love to the TradingView requests because I don't see them. So let's look at it. Palladium. Palladium is tricky. And I'm talking about the run DMC type tricky. It has very low liquidity. I used to be obsessed with Palladium. Absolutely obsessed. But it'll burn you a few times and it'll cure you. 1311 is your next support. 1311 and then 1300. Weekly downtrend, monthly downtrend. What's going on 3 months? Quarterly downtrend. You just got a downtrend and on every time frame, and you're not even oversold on the daily. Bounces are for shorting until the bulls show the whites of their eyes. PLTR is strong this morning. Man, that was a vicious gap down and pop yesterday. We're not over yesterday's high as of now. We were earlier, 1559. If we can get over yesterday's high, that may be a signal long. You're welcome, Simon. You want me to sing the song? It's a trip to rock around. That's right on time. It's tricky. Coin looks good short. Hey, Mighty Pawns. I haven't seen you in a while. AI, EI. Daily lower high, most likely set. We're still inside yesterday's very large range. When we're stuck like this in a range, I like to position myself within an EQ. And right here, right now, I'd position myself long. We have a squeeze and look long against 3609 or 3563. And I'd wait for a 2 or 5 minute EQ. Unprofitable trader, I am not the normal human. Obviously, we're all unique, but I eat in the morning, and I eat from 5 a.m. to about 11 a.m., and I'm done eating for the day. I eat 3 meals in that time. I know it's weird, but I just don't like to eat in the evening, and when I wake up, I'm hungry, so it works for me. I create my own intermittent fasting schedule. And I guess on the weekends, like this weekend, I'll eat out with the husband. So I'll eat in the evening and try to eat a little bit later in the morning. XLV. And then I'll wrap it up. Daily high or low is most likely set. We're stuck under the 200 MA. I do not hold the 200 MA lightly. We are getting, we're not quite over yesterday's high, 130.20. If we get over yesterday's high, that could be a long signal, but be careful with the daily 200 and 21 EMA overhead. Again, I do not discount the 200 MA being overhead. What am I trying to say? I hold it in high reverence. How about that? SQ. I know my eating schedule's very weird. I have no appetite in the evening and I am ravenous in the morning. Actually, I was looking up recipes for sweet potato, Brussels sprouts, sausage hash. That's like my favorite thing to eat in the morning. Hey, Taylor. Okay, let's look at Square. I said I'd be done and I'm not. We're rejecting at the 200 MA. Y'all know I like this whoop-de-doo pattern, the Nike check. I like to call it trampoline. Possible long against 64.82, and you're wrong below that. All right. I am special, short but special. All right. Well, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful day. My thoughts and just good vibes, energy out to Whitney today to have a wonderful chemo treatment. And y'all use stop losses.